Well, I mean, as a goal, that's probably, it'd be nice. But no, things are going pretty good, man. It was Kayla and I had a rough week last week. We had all kinds of. It was like the whole house was plagued with like different sicknesses and things. So, but we're better now, so it's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Change of
Yeah.
weather. Springtime's there. I'm assuming you guys are getting some springtime weather now.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. It's all, porches are covered in pollen and, it's that crazy time of year.
We get it out here too. As I've gotten older, it really, I mean, I've always, I grew up in the Midwest, I think I told you, and it's like I always had colds all, wintertime because the weather changed so rapidly, kind of like it does, around Birmingham too. It'll be 25, or 30, and then a couple days later it's 68. It's the wintertime, so your body never adjusts. And in the summertime, you got all the damn pollen and plants blooming. So
yep.
We get the same thing here. It's like it's been driving me crazy the last couple of days because it finally is warming up now. It's been like, I think it was 80 degrees yesterday, 82, something like that. And it was pretty
wow.
So
yeah.
Pop out. So.
Yeah, we haven't quite got that warm here yet. It's been mostly like, mid to upper 60s, lower 70s, stuff like that.
That's kind of nice. So I actually like that range of temperatures.
Yeah, me too. It's so unusual to get it here. It's usually, we basically go from like 50s straight into,
90s.
mid to upper 80s.
Yeah.
And you might get a day or two, it seems like anyway, where it's 60 to 70.
How heavy is the humidity around Birmingham?
It's really heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really heavy. There are certain parts of the year where, you basically just walk outside and just from walking out the door, you'll start sweating profusely, and it just comes with the territory, so.
Yeah. I lived in Florida for about, I guess 7 years, something like that. It's so long ago, I don't remember now, but I lived in Florida for quite a few years. I went to school down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I went down there in the wintertime, I flew in, it was so wonderful because it was December and it was like just that warm, heaviness, in the wintertime is wonderful. It feels like somebody just wrapped you in a nice soft blanket,
Yeah.
In the summertime, oh, man, you're down and out. I mean, it's just like you either live in the air conditioning or you go outside for an hour and come back inside and go back to bed.
Yeah. Well, it's tough, over the summers there for a while, I'd have all my kids with me and, so trying to work during the day, I couldn't keep them inside, working from home. So poor kids, send them outside. It's like 95, who knows what the humidity is, and they're just, it's miserable, trying to play outside.
I will say, because St. Louis, where I grew up, is the Mississippi River Valley, and the humidity there is almost as bad as it is in Florida, in the summer for a few months, and year round, but you have the heat also for a few months there. And I will say, as a kid, it didn't seem to bother us as much, but we were always running around in the hills and the woods and stuff and sweating and getting eaten up by chiggers and bugs. But
those are good summer memories.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have this one memory of it was a field. There was a riding stable not too far, a couple miles from where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
We lived out in a county around St. Louis. The city was still farmland then. It was just starting to be developed, but there's still a lot of farms out there.
Mm-hmm.
And this old guy had a riding stable, and folks from the city would come out and they'd go riding on those old nags, out through the hills and that. And he had like these horse paths that were worn through the fields and through the woods, and they were great for bicycles,
Yeah.
Racing along these things. there was this one big open field in the summertime. It was all 5, 6 foot high sunflowers. I mean, the whole field, it must have been a couple of acres.
Wow.
And there was a horse path that went right through the middle of it. And the monarch butterflies would swarm there and sit on those sunflowers in the summertime. So we'd fly through there on our bikes on those horse paths, and the butterflies would just, all over. It was just such a strong visual image. I still have that in my mind. Every once in a while, it revisits me. It was pretty cool.
I bet. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah. No, I was lucky. I had a pretty. My folks never had much money, but my brother and I had a pretty good childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way to do it, man. Yeah, for sure.
And then I was down around Montgomery a lot because my dad's family is from that area.
Mm-hmm.
So every summer it was like, get in the old Chevy and let's go down and see the family. So.
Question, fellas. Hey, Jeremiah, what did it say that you were being redirected too many times and it stopped directing you? The first link.
That's it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Also is telling me he's getting that as well, even though I already sent them. And then the second email that you got, was it like also a link or was it a window?
Are you talking about the second one that got me on?
Yeah.
No, so I was on Gmail, and so if you invite me, it's almost like a phone call, right? So there'll be a sound that alerts, and I check my kind of where the messages are in Gmail. And then I just accept your call, and it brings me to the session. Yeah.
They say that Olson is getting says this page isn't working. Hangouts redirected you too many times. Try clearing your cookies. Error, too many redirects. Yep. So I guess.
Is he on Gmail? Is he on Google? On Gmail?
No, Camilla sent her another separate invitation, which is I'm just gonna send Olson
because Firefox, Google wouldn't let Firefox do Hangouts. I had to go to Gmail. So
yeah, if Olson if Mr. Ross has his Gmail account open and he's logged in, if you send him an invitation, it's gonna alert him just like a phone call.
Yeah,
and then he just has to accept it. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I don't really get invitations, so I don't really know how it looks when you get them.
Oh, come on. We know you're the life of the party, man.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, I got some pictures of Enrique from this last week. I can show you someplace here.
Yeah, I bet.
A friend of ours sent them.
Awesome.
Let's see if I can find them. I don't think I downloaded them, but
he plays it like he's all quiet and reserved. I know Enrique.
Yeah, I will say it's pretty out here right now. We drove out to the poppy fields up near Palmdale over the weekend. Amazing. I mean, we've had so much water. This has been one of the wettest winters I've ever seen here.
Wow.
And 20 miles of poppy fields of poppies, wild poppies.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That sounds really pretty.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if I have any of these pictures of Enrique, but it doesn't look like I do.
To save them, then you can use them to blackmail them into things later.
Yeah. These things are always good for that,
Oh yeah, keep at least one folder of that kind of stuff.
I've got some pictures of him when he was a student of mine. I should dig those out. Thing of it is, he looks exactly the same. He hasn't changed.
Yeah. Yep. Some folks are like that. It must be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Henry is working with the animation group in Nashville. Did he tell you that? Or did you talk to him?
No. Who's he working with?
Let me see. I wrote the name down. Let me see if I can find it. And he said they really seemed to like him. That's, that's how he sees it anyway. I'll have to ask him again. I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, good for him. Yeah, I mean, he had moved. No, and I might have had this wrong. I thought he moved there to kind of pursue. He was building or creating like a product line of some kind, right? Like it wasn't drones, but it was something like that, right?
Yeah, well, it was racing drones.
Racing drones, okay.
But he had a company, found a company to manufacture them, but then I think they bought him out.
Oh, good for him.
They get the royalty on each one they sell, something like that, I think.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
But you have to check with him. I think that's what happened.
Awesome.
He's got that, and they moved back there because I think they were just tired of Southern California.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about impossible for, you know, a couple starting to buy a house here, you know, unless you get a significant amount of money put aside.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some friends back there, you know, invited them to come back and take a look around, and he loves it there because he can, you know, go fishing, and you know, they like to hike and stuff. So
yeah, I have a good friend of mine that lives in Franklin. You know, that's like, I forget how. I mean, it's like 20 minutes south on 65 from Nashville or something. It's really close to Nashville. Mm-hmm. And anyway, they've been trying to talk me into moving there for years. A buddy of mine that used to work for Disney and then went to Nashville to work with Phil Vischer when he opened VeggieTales up there. And so anyway, it's a beautiful part of the country. It's much more expensive now than it used to be.
Yeah, I think they have a housing boom going on there now.
Yeah. So, you know, I went up, you know, my wife and I and our little boy went to visit our friends up there. I don't know, that's probably been maybe 4 or 5 months ago now, something like that. And like I said, it was beautiful. But I don't know, you probably could get quite the same bang for your buck, you know, that you could somewhere in Alabama for right now. So, but yeah, it's a great place. I'm glad to hear that Henry's doing well there, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty excited about this animation group, and he's learning Adobe Animate to animate with.
I'm gonna kill this one. I'm not sure if the session is an issue, but Camilla and Olson seem to not be able to join us. So I'm gonna kill this one. I'm gonna start a new one. I already have started a new one, so you should be getting the link shortly.
Okay.